What a wild day Friday was. I mean, we had buy alerts like crazy Friday morning as the market tanked, and then bam! By lunchtime, you had a quick 3 to 5% gain on those buys, and some ended up with a 10% or more gain at the end of the day. And there was this strange color that we couldn't quite identify. I mean, it must have been a glitch in our apps or something, because every stock was the same color. Thankfully, after some investigation and deep forensic work, we were able to determine that it was not a glitch, but the color was green and all those stocks were indeed up. But was that actually the market's last breath? So let's discuss that specifically and why I think you got a preview last week of what is coming soon, and I'll tell you exactly what I am doing. I just ask in exchange for you to gently tap that like button or smash it if that's your thing, and consider subscribing too, as it's super easy to do. And if you want a team of investors, including me, to work directly with you as we navigate these crazy, ridiculous times, consider joining the Market Insiders private group, where we are having to limit the spots for the Christmas sale due to demand, and prices will never be lower than this again. You get full and direct access to me and a group of 6 and 7 figure investors, and you get access to 4 courses for free that teach you how to plan, do a valuation, build up your cash, and you get to see my watch list with price targets, my buy and sell alerts. We also have live weekly Q&As, a ton of exclusive videos, and a ton more, so check out the pinned comment. And before blasting me for promoting it, I have no ads, no sponsors. This is what YouTube pays me in a month, and I give half of that and half the group's proceeds to charity. So we saw the market tank overall on Wednesday morning before the Fed meeting, and then the entire market rallied up after the announcement. Then the Dow was up a little bit on Thursday, and most of the stocks we love were down or flat on Thursday. And then Friday morning, many of the stocks we love hit 52-week lows before rocketing up massively, some by 10% or more. But the Dow on Friday was off by almost 500 points, so it was basically a great day for many of us, but a terrible day in the market overall. So to me, in those 3 days, we got a preview of next year, and we will break it down into 3 points to illustrate all that, and then I will tell you exactly what I'm doing to prepare for that. So the first, and the easiest, is expect the market to be choppy, volatile, and pretty much act like a crazy person for the next year or so, and the end of this week was just a preview of that. It's going to the moon, then it's crashing into oblivion, and it's basically just rinse and repeat that narrative over and over again. The market will be choppy and just ridiculous, so what the heck does that mean for you? It means you didn't miss it if you missed a great price and it ran up, nor does it mean you are out of the woods either if you have a great day or even a great week. It's not going to be that type of market, guys. It's going to kind of move like this with all the up and downs. You know, it's not going to do the normal kind of up and downs like that. And hopefully that made sense. I have no idea, but that's the best hand gestures I got. But all I know is there will be more fake outs than actual breakouts. See that? That was actually a pretty good rhyme, wasn't it? Yeah. Second, expect the information to be just as choppy, spotty, and overall ridiculous. 1 week, this guy will look like a genius because he predicted a crash and the market dropped big, and then the next week the pumpers will look like geniuses because they were busy pumping the whole time. So basically, it's just going to be a giant mess too, just like the market. And the last and final one, and probably the most important, when the market decides it wants to go risk on again, and trust me guys, it's coming, valuations are going to matter, and we got a glimpse of what that will look like on Friday. So what I mean by that is your Dow stocks, you know, kind of your old man stocks, whatever the heck you want to call them, are simply overvalued and by a lot. And even my favorite Apple stock, which has done incredible and I bought earlier this year when it was at $117, is now overvalued just 9 months later or so. It has a forward PE over 30 now, and it normally trades around 23 for reference. And on the flip side, small cap stock valuations are firmly in the undervalued territory for almost all of them. When the market decides they want more risk, they will sell out of the overvalued old man stocks and will put the money in the undervalued assets, which are many of the stocks that we love. And it's much easier to push up the price on a small cap, so when they run, they tend to run up big. Now let me be very clear about this next point. Not all small cap stocks will run. There's a lot of junk being pushed out there, especially on YouTube, and that stuff honestly is just junk. And honestly, some stocks just don't take off like other ones do, and some stocks will take off this month and some stocks will take off next month. Not like this month and next month, but whenever they all decide to take off, you know, it'll kind of run. Anyways, you guys know what I'm saying. But great companies with great financials and huge revenue runways will be rewarded richly. Probably not 2020 great, as that was just ridiculous. And I mean, I'll take it if it does, but that's probably not going to happen. But still great nonetheless. Now, I do not think this happens until later in the year, but honestly, who knows at this point? I just know I'm not counting on it anytime soon, but that doesn't mean I'm waiting around either, so let's get to what I am doing right now. The first thing I'm doing is ignoring the noise. I get asked all the time, did I see this person's video or that person's video? Those are great questions, but honestly, no, I probably haven't. I honestly really don't watch a lot of YouTube, if any. I run businesses, I study companies and investments. I make content for YouTube and for my group. I buy real estate, and all of those take up, in some days, 18 to 20 hours of my day, Monday through Sunday. I don't take any days off here, so my time is very limited to watch videos, although I love to. There's some great creators out there. I also stopped watching the news about 20 years ago, and guess what? My net worth skyrocketed over that time because I make decisions based on the reality of the situation, not the news's perception of the situation. There is a massive difference between the two. It's very freeing as an investor when you realize this and cut it out completely. The next thing I'm doing is I am buying great stocks at great prices based upon valuations. I cannot time the bottom. I know that, so I'm not going to pull all my money out and just wait for the bottom or wait for the crash or whatever. I'm also not going to just buy speculative stuff because it's, off 90% from its all-time high, or it's the hot stock on YouTube, or has great potential but doesn't do anything yet. And I'm not going to buy the fear and put money into stocks like Apple, even though it's my favorite and I love it and it may keep running because it's simply overvalued right now. And if the market keeps going down further or even crashes, I will keep buying and enjoy the gift that I'm being given. Now for me, in my opinion, for entertainment purposes only, the best time to go all in and be max aggressive is if a market crash happens. Now every year for the past 20 years, there are billionaires who predict multiple crashes every year, and there have only been 2 in that time frame, and one of those nobody could have guessed because it was a global pandemic. So their track record sucks, and I'm not going to invest based on that. And if everyone could predict a crash, we would all be rich. And clearly those guys got rich another way because they've been wrong almost all the time. Now, having said all that, I do plan for it, and it involves a lot of buying. I mean, seriously, like a lot of buying. That's a huge part of my crash plan. And finally, I'm simply executing my plan. If it hits my target, I buy. I also plan for if you buy and it keeps dipping. And you need to understand it may not recover as fast as you want, so you gotta be patient. But the longer it stays down, the more you can add to great stocks at great prices. So when it runs back up, which it always does over the long run if it's a great stock, you have plenty of shares and get to enjoy the run up instead of having FOMO like most people will have when that happens. But I want to hear from you. Do you think a crash is coming? And tell me why or why not. I'd love to hear what you think.
So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.